Hey guys, this is Carrie. I'm here with Abstract Wellness. Thank you guys for tuning in today. I really appreciate all of the love and all the support that I'm receiving from a lot of you folks out there. I have been on a little bit of a hiatus, doing a lot of research, doing a lot of traveling to a lot of different places where it involves a lot of herbal remedies, a lot of herbal health, natural healing techniques, things of that nature. Just learning a lot more so that I can bring it to the masses' attention, if you will. Remember, any information that we speak about in any and all of my segments, please feel free to go and research it, share the information with your physician, or do the research on your own at your own risk. I do ask that you do your due diligence as well. And as far as anything that we discuss, it is my opinion and my opinion only, but you are more than welcome, again, to go on ahead and do your own research and share this information with people that you love, but just do so in good health and good faith and things of that nature. Do your due diligence is what I ask. Um, I have had a lot of questions about people that have come to me and say, hey, I heard this is the way that this should work or this shouldn't work. And I just want everyone to do their due diligence. I have done my due diligence to bring you this information in this segment and any and all segments. Any information that I share with you, I ask that you please also uh, use common sense and just if it is for you, it's for you. If it is not, it is not. I'm not trying to push anything off on anyone, but I think there's a lot of answers out there in regards to natural healing and herbal remedies that do work for a lot of people. And they are seeking this information, and that's the reason why I'm here. So please take this information and do your research and let me know if you have any questions. So again, my name is Carrie. I am here at Abstract Wellness, and today we're going to talk about an issue that a lot of folks are dealing with called hyperthyroidism. There is hyperthyroidism and hypothyroidism. Hyperthyroidism deals with the thyroid in an overactive state, meaning is producing a lot of the chemicals, the main chemicals, the T2 and the T3 hormone. And normally when you go to a physician, you have these symptoms that are going on, and let's just say that they do first round of tests, which may include like a throat exam. The thyroid sits right here above or directly under the Adam's apple. It looks similar to like a small, like a flap on both sides. Small hole to reins is what it looks like. And it produces a specific type of hormone. And a lot rides actually on this specific organ that is covering your right underneath your Adam's apple, the thyroid gland. And this dictates the pace of how energy is utilized in your body. There are a lot of cases that the endocrine gland turns more active than necessary. This is called hyperthyroidism, not hypo. Hypo is an underproduction of the chemical. Hyper is an overproduction, overactive. And this results in that type of condition, hyperthyroidism or overactive thyroid. And your thyroid hormones, which are T3, the medical name is thyroid thyronine, and the T4 is called thyroxine. And these two chemicals provide a lot of energy for you. Believe it or not, overactive thyroid causes a lot of problems. There's a lot of problems that go on with it, like dizziness, nauseousness, headaches. You can also have heart palpitations. You can have causes and different changes in your stool, sleeping issues. There are a lot of issues that go on with people with overactive thyroids, just the same as underactive, but we're not talking about underactive today. We're talking about overactive thyroidism, hyperthyroidism. The more prevalent name that they like, or the physicians like to give to hyperthyroidism, is a disorder. Is called Graves' disease, which um, is they give it this name. It was because of a actual person that actually discovered this particular disease, or this medical condition, which is an excessive oral intake of thyroid hormones, benign growth that targets the same gland. But um, what happens is your body speeds up abnormally. Significant changes take place in the affected individual's body, such as your weight will drop, irregularity in your heartbeat, which is also known as tachycardia, which is excessive or sped up heartbeat, yeah. Excessive sweating, the bulging of the eyeballs, and irritability. However, not all people that suffer from hyperthyroidism will have all of these characteristics or these symptoms. You may have a few, you may have none, and you still may have the symptoms. So it's a tricky disorder, and a lot of people are puzzled because when they go to the doctor and they really want to find out, hey, what's going on with me? I can't sleep at night, and I hear this pounding, this boom, 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 boom. First thing that they want to do is they want to analyze you and say, are you crazy? When's your last psych exam? What's going on in your life that is making you not sleep? That's making you hear things? I was one of the people, unfortunately, one of the patients that they diagnosed with hyperthyroidism, and this had to be probably, I want to say, about 12 years ago. 12 years ago, they diagnosed me with hyperthyroidism. And they basically went through all the tests as well, and they told me the same thing, the same exact thing. They said, are you having a midlife crisis? And I said, I'm not having a midlife crisis. I basically am just trying to, I'm living like everyone else. They couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. So a lot of times you have people that go to the physician, and the physician will try to diagnose them and run through all these categories of what could possibly be wrong with you. The best way to figure out if you suffer from hyper or hypothyroidism is the blood test. And what the blood test will dictate is the amount of hormone that's in your body, that's stimulating the TSH hormone and the autoantibodies that bind the TSH receptors that are kept under check, basically. So if you have taken the blood test, 9 times out of 10, they're able to tell you exactly what is wrong with you in regards to your thyroid, if it is indeed your thyroid, by the chemicals, the hormones that are present in your blood. So either they're going to be right at the acceptable levels, or they're going to be above or below. So if the thyroid is overproducing, based upon your symptoms, they're going to classify you as hyperthyroidism. If it's underproducing, those chemicals are low, too low, according to their charts, they're going to tell you it's hypothyroidism. And the symptoms are very different for hypo and hyper and hypothyroidism. So we're not going to get them mixed up. We're just going to talk about hyperthyroidism today. Now, as far as the natural remedies that are available for you, I know for a fact that a lot of physicians will want to put you, if you're hyperthyroidism classification, if you fall into that particular group, they will want to put you on what's called a beta blocker. And what a beta blocker does is it blocks that overproduction of that chemical to a lesser amount so that your thyroid is able to kind of function at a normal level. The problem with the beta blocker is that there are side effects from the beta blocker. And about 12 years ago, they also tried to put me on a beta blocker, and I happily declined. Coming from a medical background, I knew exactly what a beta blocker was. I didn't really have to do a lot of research about it. I declined the beta blocker and I chose to do something on my own, and which I never had to be put on a beta blocker after that, never needed any medication after that. Um, some of the side effects from a beta blocker range. It varies from person to person, so I can't really give you an example, being that I have personally never been on a beta blocker, but they do range from, again, nauseousness. You would still continue to have like night sweats, nervousness or anxiousness, the slowing or bradycardia of the heartbeat, which is meaning it's going to slow it down. Their goal is not to have you have those heart palpitations. When you have hyperthyroidism, you're having the heart palpitations, which is tachycardia. Your heart speeds up. When they give you the beta blocker, it's to help you slow down your heart rate. So if you can imagine, at first you're feeling this boom, 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 your heart speeding up. Then all of a sudden, when you take a beta blocker, it's going to bring down your heart rate, supposedly in normal heartbeat range for you. Um, I have a lot of qualms about that. I don't believe in beta block. I don't believe in any type of pharmaceutical drug, to be honest with you. They have a lot of natural things out here that will help you, and we're going to discuss that in a few minutes. But that's one of the first things they'll try and do, put you on that beta blocker. They'll say, oh, you know what, you could take this for an unspecified amount of time, or even radiation iodine as well. People with thyroid issues, well, hypo, they'll try and get you to get on the iodine, and that's a bad situation for the radiation iodine, but that's hypo. But some of the natural remedies that are available out here for um, hyperthyroidism, we're talking about both of them. Motherwort is a herb. Let me see if here's a picture of motherwort. I don't know if you can see this or not, but there it is right there. Hold it up to the camera for you. Motherwort, what it does is it basically fortifies the heart, kind of like in a healthy manner. It controls the symptoms of restlessness that are seen in this particular condition of hyperthyroidism. While pregnant women can't use it, it's not recommended that pregnant women use it because it can be a stimulant to stimulate the uterus. Others can use it as a herb. You can use it as a tincture or a tea. I recommend it goes into a mix that I make for people with hyperthyroidism, along with other things, and it's made into a tea. The tea is drank, 1 to 2 times a day. That is what I recommend. But motherwort is very interesting because of the effects that it has on the heart and the heartbeat in itself. Motherwort also is a perennial, which means that you can't have it with other sedatives or drugs that are sedatives or classified as sedatives. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. That this goes to show you that you have something that's in its natural state that will allow you to be able to take it naturally and not suffer any side effects from it. So it's something to consider, very, very much so. So motherwort has the strong impact of bringing your rapid heartbeat back into normal limits. It's kind of bitter, but it's going to help you bring your heartbeat back into normal limits. Remember that, motherwort. So it's something for you to have in your arsenal. The next item that I wanted to talk to you about, the next herb, is called lemon balm. This is lemon balm. I know you guys, I get these comments saying, why are all of these herbs looking the same? Why do they look the same? They don't look the same. They have different chemical properties. That's why you can't take all herbs. You can't take some herbs with different medications that you might be taking and so forth. You just can't do it. They're that potent. Trust me when I tell you. If you haven't been sleeping, I can give you something that'll make you go to sleep just like that. So just remember, these herbs are not the same. They're totally different. But this again is called lemon balm. I don't know if you can see that. You should be able to see that. Okay. And basically, lemon balm is a part of the mint family. So it has a very nice, pleasant flavor. And lemon balm basically stabilizes mood and mental activity. So if you are suffering from hyperthyroidism and you have an anxiety issue that's also going along with your tachycardia, your nervousness, you're sweating, you can't get any sleep. Lemon balm's going to help bring that mood down, stabilize that mood so that you're able to concentrate and focus. Because when you're in that state of nervousness, anxiousness, you're getting nauseous sometimes and you got the little sweaty thing going on and your heartbeat is pounding, you can't focus on anything else. You can't focus in life, you know. Generally, you can't focus. Lemon balm is one of those herbs that will help you do that as far as stabilizing your mood and your mental activity. So you want to make sure that you want to have this in your arsenal as well because, like I stated, it inhibits your thyroid stimulating hormone as well, which is your TSH hormone. And it is from attaching to certain receptors. That's what that means as far as your overall well-being, your mood, your mind, your mental activity. That's what this does for you. So this is something that you also want to have in your arsenal if you are suffering from hyperthyroidism. Another thing, or the next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about would be bugleweed. Now, don't laugh at the name. This is one of the most powerful things that you could take for hyperthyroidism. So this is bugleweed, and it looks like wood chips. Far from it. Far from wood chips. I'm telling you, this is probably the most important herb that you want to have when you're treating stages of hyperthyroidism or even Graves' disease, because this is what they use overseas. Outside of the United States, they use this in Europe for a number of years. This herb slows the progression, the process involving the metabolism of iodine, which consequently cuts down on the hormone produced by the cells within the affected thyroid gland. So what that means is the cells that are being produced, it's going to slow it down. The ones that are being very bad, that are overreacting, or even some that are even underreacting. This is like dual purpose. So this is something that you want to dig more into, research it if you want to. There's a lot of data out there that provides that shows you exactly what I'm talking about. This herb, bugleweed, has the natural presence of lithiospermic acid, which also reproduces the amount of thyroxine that is in the thyroid itself. So you have an herb here, you have a natural answer that's going to help you reproduce something that is in your thyroid anyway, but at a safe level. Therefore, it's going to bring symptomatic relief. However, this is for, you're going to want to, this herb basically achieves in hyperthyroid cases mild severity. So mild to severe cases of hyperthyroidism. That's what this is for as well. Additionally, benefits linked to this particular use of bugleweed include elimination of irregular palpitations. So the heart palpitations that are felt for people that have hyperthyroidism, this will also help eliminate those heart palpitations as well. So just remember, if you are on any type of concurrent diabetic medications or even thyroid medications, go ahead and consult your physician before you take this bugleweed. It's that important, it's that powerful, and it's that potent. However, I would say if you're not currently on any of those types of medications, and let's just say you were diagnosed and you don't want to be on any medication, I would say this would be something that you would need to explore because it is natural. It is something that you're able to take and say, hey, you know what? I'm feeling better. I no longer have those irregular heart palpitations. I'm sleeping better because the tachycardia or the irregular heart palpitations is actually what keeps a lot of people up at night with hyperthyroidism. They can't sleep because they're constantly they're hearing the boom, 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 and it's not really in their head, it's their heart. So my advice to you is if you're not currently on any medications, you could try this and see if it works for you. I believe it will. I honestly believe it will. But of course, if you go to your physician and say, hey, I know you just put me on these drugs. I don't know what kind of drugs you guys are on, but I'm just saying, in general, physicians love to put you on drugs. That's how they keep you coming back. So you can say, I know you just put me on these drugs. I would like to try an herbal or a natural route. How do you feel about this or how do you feel about that? And just see what their answer is going to be. There are some physicians out there that will, honor the natural route, and there are some physicians that don't believe in it. You also have holistic physicians, and quite frankly, I believe that's who you should probably be going to in the first place, other than your traditional physician that will keep you coming back for round 2, round 3, round 4, how many rounds you ever want to go. They're willing to be there for you to write you those prescriptions. So, just as an FYI, these are the natural items that we're talking about today. There are a few others like passion flower, which is also in the same group as lemon balm. It will also bring that calming effect to you. Valerian root will do so as well. Valerian root is something that they've been using for hyperthyroidism for a long, long time. It's also used for a lot of people that have insomnia issues as well. And so just so that you guys have this information in your arsenal or have this information at hand, it is something that you can consider. I honestly believe that it's going to help some people out there. It has helped me. It has helped others that I know, and I decided to do this segment because there was someone recently that I know that's very close to me that was diagnosed with hyperthyroidism, and I made her a mix, and she feels better already. So, if you guys have any questions at all about any of the segments that I put forth, any information, please feel free to contact me at www.abstractwellness.com. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions for you. I do tend to get bombarded with questions. However, I give you guys same day answers. As soon as you contact me through the website, I return a response to you, in less than 24 hours. So anything that we discuss on any of these segments, please know if you don't see it on the website, I still have it available. You just have to inquire about it, and I'll get back to you with the pertinent information in regards to your question or your comment. So if you guys, like I said, like my Facebook page, like my video on YouTube, go to the website and ask away any questions that you have. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. And by the way, my name's Carrie again, and I'm here at Abstract Wellness. And until next time, be well. And remember, to know better is to do better. Have a good one.